Alright, YouTube, it's me, David Harry, your favourite YouTuber and vlogger. So, are GoPro about to release a new line of cameras which are not action cameras? So to be clear, not a hero camera. Okay, so basically I'm just going to kick into this as quickly as I can. What it is, I'm actually just on a break at the moment. I'm like up to here with Flip 5 videos, and I've just come out to have me little afternoon tea. What it is, I can't do coffee after a certain point because I just go absolutely mental with coffee, so I have to hit the tea in the afternoon, or rather not, it's not tea actually, it's an infusion. Anyways, shut up Dave, get on with it. So what I'm doing here is a pure speculative video, and that is, I've got a feeling that GoPro may well be on the verge of releasing a new camera which is not a hero. Either that, or they've definitely got something like, in the works. Now, the reason why I'm suggesting this is for two reasons. One of the reasons is because of all this bullshit on YouTube where people are going, hey, yeah, the Hero 12 is going to have a 1-inch sensor. That's one of the reasons why I'm suggesting this. But the second reason, and probably the most realistic reason, is because about 18 months ago, the CEO of GoPro did actually say, I don't know if it was a meeting or if it was something like, one of those things to do with the shareholders, and all that kind of stuff. But he did say that they were looking into doing something more professional. Now, by professional, I'm assuming they just mean something which is like, a traditional video camera. Dare I say something, say like a ZV-1, which is what I'm shooting on here. So it might be something like that kind of camera. I can't see them like going like beyond, say, $1,000 or something like that if they're going to introduce something beyond the Hero. What it was, I think his terminology was it was going to be more of a pro camera. However, when people say pro cameras, I don't think they're going to be talking, or I don't think he was talking about stuff like, Red or Arri type pro cameras. So I would imagine anything for them being a pro camera would be something akin to a ZV-1 or something, although a ZV-1's not a pro camera per se, although, it can be used for doing good stuff. But if you take a jump up from, say, a Hero camera which is about $500, I think it would be sensible to, if you're going to go to a new camera, for it to be about $1,000. I think if GoPro tried to jump straight up to, say, $2,000, I think they're pricing themselves right out the market then, because then they're going to start going in against some like really good, like, Lumix and Sony cameras at that price, and I don't think that's where they could compete. So if they are going to bring out a new camera which is not an action camera, dare I say, let's just say a creator's camera or a vlogger's camera, because at the end of the day, these things like creative shooting and vlogging shooting, they're just like titles people like to attach to things. I think Sony first did this with the ZV-1, didn't they, where they called it the vlogger's camera or the creator's camera. I just think they're labels that people like to conveniently put on stuff because it helps them to target a product and to maybe sell it into a certain part of the market. But let's just keep with it and say, creator or vlogger, something like that. Generally, a YouTuber's camera or just a day-to-day camera. I think that's where they're going to be aiming at if they are doing a new camera which is beyond the Hero. Now, I'm going to speculate. Well, my main speculation is because of what the CEO did say about 18 months ago. But my second speculation here, or my second point for speculation, is because of all these frigging clowns on YouTube. All these idiots where their whole existence on YouTube is just to clickbait. And like they build channels from just clickbait titles and clickbait content, as in all that speculation stuff, as we've just seen recently to do with the Hero 12, right? All those friggin' idiots on YouTube going on and on about all these friggin', like, yes, this is what we're going to get with the Hero 12, which is basically just a list. It's a wish list. It's not actually anything based on genuine fact. But these channels, what they do, they don't own the stuff they ever talk about. You know what I mean? They're not doing physical, practical examples of these things like many of us do. These gobshite channels are just there just to do clickbait and just to try and rinse it with the adverts. Do you know what I mean? I'll best I don't go there. I'll get really angry. I friggin' hate these channels because they don't invest into anything. They don't buy the hardware. Oh, shut up, Dave. No one cares. Anyways, because all these balloons are being going on about like 1-inch sensor with the GoPro and all the rest of it, I think, although that is obviously most people are doing that just for pure clickbait, and it's basically, you know, anything to try and drive traffic to a video, I think there could be some kind of sense actually to this 1-inch sensor thing which is being bandied about, and that is it might not be the hero, where maybe what it is, maybe somebody has heard a genuine rumor which may have, you know, started off at, say, GoPro, and somebody's leaked or something, you know, not deliberately or anything. Maybe one person picked up on a genuine leak which was to do with a 1-inch sensor, but maybe that's being kind of like, you know, misinterpreted, and somebody then has said, oh yeah, there's a 1-inch sensor coming out for the hero. Maybe it wasn't that. Maybe there is a 1-inch sensor camera, but it's not the hero. So this is what I'm saying. I think there are some things out there which may point to these things actually happening, and I think that this 1-inch thing could well be something to do with a genuinely new camera and not a hero. Now, just to round this up, let's go into pure speculation here. If this were to happen, or if and when it does happen where GoPro do this, can you imagine if GoPro can get something like a ZV-1 style camera, maybe something that's a little bit more facilitated, maybe. If GoPro could do that, right, and if they were to introduce to that type of camera the level of stabilisation and a bunch of the other cool things that GoPro definitely get right, can you imagine something like a ZV-1 with all the best bits of a GoPro? Sorry, I've just had to do a jump cut because I've just done my usual thing, which is talk and talk beyond the capacity of the memory card. So it's just stopped, and I've had to clear some space to carry on. Anyway, what I was getting at there was, can you imagine something which has got all the best bits of a hero camera, maybe more so to do with the stabilization and stuff like that, but packaged into a bigger camera, something maybe like a ZV-1 with a better sensor and stuff like that? Can you imagine the types of damage loads of different people could do with a camera like that? Now that's what I'm actually edging towards here with my speculation. Anyway, there's no need for me to continue bleating on about this because I think the point that I'm making here is very clear, and anybody who's into cameras only needs to hear that. Can you imagine the best bits of a hero added to something more like a ZV-1? We all know what type of camera that would be like, and as far as I'm concerned, that would be absolutely awesome. So that's what I'm edging my bets on. I think GoPro, maybe they might be releasing something like that within the next few months, but I'm going to hazard a massive guess here that they are definitely working on a camera like that, and we should see that at some point, but hopefully within the next few months. Anywho, that'll do it for this video, and for anybody who's interested, this has been recorded on a ZV-1. Now the room that I'm in here has got hardly any natural light coming into it. There's no other lights on, so the ZV-1 is in pure automatic mode as far as like exposure. Actually, it's also fully automatic for the focus as well, and hopefully it's been doing that properly because I haven't got my glasses on because I broke them, and I can't see anything on the screen, but I think, yeah, it's on 1/40 for the shutter, so it's definitely dropping the shutter down to raise up for the exposure as well. Also, the microphone here is a Sennheiser ME62 with the K6 body. What it is, I use one of these for like my main microphone, like, you know, when I'm at my table and stuff. What it is, I've bought a second one just as a backup because I love this microphone, but also this one, I'm going to probably use this outdoors for a bunch of stuff because I've got a Rycote softy on it as well. So the idea with this video is to give me an idea of what the microphone was like in this position, more like, you know, an interview style position and stuff. And right now I'm in a room which is really very, like, there's a lot of reverb in the room. It's a very, very short reverb, so it's a very lively room. So I'm hoping that this setup works, but also this particular microphone is very susceptible to plosives. So what I'm hoping for is that this softy, this Rycote softy, has done its job properly, and it, you know, I've not been plosive. And anyway, so for anybody who is interested in what's being used here and whatnot, then this is it. And obviously in post, all I will have done with the audio is raised it up with a limiter. Anyways, let me know in the comments section below what you think. Maybe am I just like talking complete crap and talking out my ass totally, and am I just like barking up the wrong tree, or do you think there could be some sense in this? And also as well, to any of my YouTube buddies out there, do you mind if I start doing stuff like this? I mean, I might start doing pure speculation as well, because every other just swore, because everybody else does it. However, I do balance it up because I do buy the stuff and actually use it properly. So anyway, any of my YouTube buddies out there, let me know if you don't mind if I start doing more crap like this. Anywho, I'm David Harry. Thank you very much for watching this video. Take care and goodbye now.